Hey y'all, hey! Welcome to the video Love Bugs. It is your host, Queen Blama, and we are back, y'all, for another YouTube reaction video. Love Bugs. Nique at Night has kicked off an interview with the paternal grandmother of Amora Lex's middle child. The grandmother's name is Faith. Her son name is Alex. Alex is the baby father to Amora Lex. He's the deceased baby father, the one that she keeps referring to as he gone, but she say the bad word. She say he DEAD. And like it's just no connection or anything. She continuously says it. She said that she was gonna do a few things to his grave, just all kinds of things. So Miss Nique at Night. Ooh, y'all, shout out to Nique at Night. If you are not subscribed to her channel, go and subscribe to Nique at Night's channel, y'all. Smack that bell notification over there. Make sure your boy bell says all not personalized. Go into the comment section and type in Queen Blama sent you. Oh, y'all. This is going to be an amazing reaction. Are y'all ready for it? Happy Tuesday, y'all. May the 14th. Taco Tuesday. Are y'all eating some tacos today? Let me think. I don't know. I don't know if I'm eating some tacos today or tomorrow. Child. I'm recording this reaction Monday night, if you didn't know, child. I am excited to watch the interview. So I didn't want to watch the interview tonight without y'all and then give you a fake reaction tomorrow or a second reaction tomorrow. So we're going to watch this interview live and direct with Nique, and I'm going to give my reaction while I watch it, and you will get the video Tuesday, May the 14th. All right. You get it? So y'all having a good Taco Tuesday, girl. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Love bugs, y'all. I hope you having a good morning. I'm having a it's okay. It's okay, y'all. All right, y'all. So with all that being said, make sure you are subscribed to my channel, Queen Blama said it. Smack that bell notification. Make sure this notification says all not personalized and smack the likey like button. I'm going to go ahead and turn the screen share on, y'all. Let's get this screen share turned on. Ding, 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 ding. All right, y'all. The screen share is turned on. The title of this video is, let's see. Paternal grandmother speaks out against woman who gave kids to C.P.S. Let's hit the like button, y'all. And we're going to go ahead and click play. All right. Y'all enjoy.
Faith Cobb. She is the paternal grandmother of the child or one of the children that has been the center of this woman who went to CPS and gave her children up to CPS. Now, I'm going to be talking to Faith because Faith has some very, very strong opinions and wants justice for her son. The story that I'm talking about, I did the interview, I want to say like 2 days ago with the main woman at the center of this conversation. I'm going to give you guys a very, very, very quick refresher of who we're talking about. And then when I did the interview with her, she revealed that she actually didn't give her kids to CPS after I told her that the grandmother that I'm going to be interviewing stated that she called CPS and the child was not in the system. So at that point in time, she then said, oh, well, here's the gag. I didn't really give my kids to CPS. I placed them, blah, 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 blah. So we're going to go
Child, so was all that just for clout? Y'all heard what she said. So after Neat got to pressing and stressing and asking her the what's the real, she said, "Well, here's the gag. The kids actually aren't in CPS and she don't actually have a case." Okay, so this was just for clout.
Rabbit hole and all of that. But let's refresh your memory real quick, okay, of the video. I'm just gonna share a little bit.
This is killing me. Yeah. But it's for the better. Like it's for me to get.
Y'all, this is about to get freaking good. Brace yourself. Get your orange juice, get your cranberry juice, get whatever you need to get. Good morning, sis. Good morning, bro. Good morning, shim, him, he, hey, they, and them. This is about to get good. Are you ready? You got your cranberry juice, you got your coffee, you got your tea, you got your green tea, you got your green water, got your mud water, whatever you want. You need it, you got it good. All right. I got my water. Oh, of course, always got my trusty dusty bottle of water. Not so dusty. Bottle of water. But this is about to get good, y'all. I'm just talking my shit right now to y'all because we already seen this part. This is where she's dropping her children off at CPS. We've seen this multiple times. Y'all say hello to Reverend Faith. This is Alex's grandmother. This is the grandmother to Alexis's 5-year-old. I believe he's 5. She has 5 children. Her middle child father name is Alex.
Let me read to you what she posted on social media, because that is when we got the answer that the kids were not there. Because a lot of people, Faith, they want to know, if you are the grandmother, could you have taken in the child?
Yes, I've had him most of his life. In fact, he has a whole bedroom in here. He's on the lease. He was on the lease when she abandoned him the first time because he stayed with me and my son. My son didn't live with him. On back in November up to December of 2019, she dropped off the babies. In 2019, she dropped the children off. My grandson had cuts on his butt from his bottom, I guess, being in diapers. I don't know where they came from, but we have the pictures. My son sent them to me. He had to leave work to go get his son. Now, she had the baby upstairs in the hallway and strapped still in his car seat. And the other two were in a closed door upstairs crying. I have one of her boys has a disease in his leg and he was hurting. My son went and got him. This is the many times my son has rescued those children. He brought my grandson to me. I don't know her well enough to understand the evil, except that I have the Holy Ghost and she's a witch. And so she dislikes me without a cause. She would drop my grandson to my daughter, who's a nurse, and my other one's an MBA. Drop the baby off, and she would drop the baby to me. Everybody kept bringing the baby to me. So I kept him most of his life. He has a huge family. Sharon still in the report never got a chance to address her report because I'm still working on the case and I have to prioritize. But in her report, she made it look like my grandson was lonely. When he was staying with me through C.P.S, he was with my other grandchildren. He would do things with them. We have pictures, and he was very well cared for. In fact, I'll show you a picture here. His pictures are all over the wall like the rest of my family. This is how I care for my grandson.
God says, why hasn't the son gone for full custody? Her son has.
He did. Okay. So when she attacked him, when my grandson was a few days old, my son cried. And she attacked me in emails. I don't know her like that, but she would say stuff like she attacked my son while he protected him from going to a Halloween party that they go to every year. I hope Catherine is listening because it's their parties that they go to, and some of the strippers, all of them, they go there. And my grandson was ill when he was born. My son said she thinks she knocked herself or caused herself to fall down the stairs. That's what she said to him, to go in labor early. But we believe that it was so that he can go to this party. They are avowed witches, okay? And I'm not gonna hide that. They'll tell you, and they've told my son, I told him to stay away from her because of that when we found that out. But in any event, she attacked him, and he didn't call the police. The neighbors called the police. He wasn't drunk. He was caring for his
A
child.
lot of information that we're going to go over, but I want to go over in like a timeline so that it's easier to follow. Because if you jump in to the part of the story where like there's this incident at Halloween and then we go, like, it'll be harder for the audience
Sorry,
to
I'm
so,
sorry. My
okay.
son was in college at the time she murdered him.
So in the interview, she says that she started to date your son, I want to say 2017 or 2017 they started to date, correct?
I believe it's the earliest part of 2018. He didn't know her very long before she became pregnant.
Okay, so 2018 they started to date. So once they started to date, what was their relationship like while they were a couple?
When I first knew about her, my son came home with her two children, and I asked who they were, and they were calling him dead already. They started calling me grandma, and he said that he was babysitting her.
Child, this is out of control. So Alexis, I want to call her Alexis Sky, girl. This girl let this man leave with her kids when she just met him. Child, bye.
Her sons, so that she can go to work as a nurse aide, that she was working as a nurse aide. At this point, we didn't know she was a stripper, and that was really distressing for my son. We finally found out. When she finally met me, she introduced herself and quickly told me that the two children she had were by rape, which is, unseemly. And I knew that they both had the same names that start with a K, and they're named Miller. They're named after their father. It didn't sound right. And I spoke with my son. My son said, "Mom, I can explain."
Hold on, y'all. I'm behind. Hold on.
She was working as a nurse aide. At this point, we didn't know she was a stripper, and that was really distressing for my son. We finally found out. When she finally met me, she introduced herself and quickly told me that the two children she had were by rape, which is, unseemly. And I knew that they both had the same names that start with a K, and they're named Miller. They're named after their father.
That's why I wanted to go back. Okay, so as soon as she met the mom, she told her that the two oldest kids came from R and they had names that were similar and they had the same last name, which is after the father. So, can somebody explain that to me? Amor or Lex, you said that the first father R worded you and then he forced himself upon you when you were 2 weeks postpartum, and that's where the second baby came from. Why would you name them after him? Okay. I'm push play, y'all.
It didn't sound right. And I spoke with my son. My son said, "Mom, I can explain." There's no
It don't sound right to me either, Mom.
explanation. When you say you're thinking it
R
was something violent.
R word.
Violent.
Are you? Whoa. We're gonna see if I can edit out all them R words. Child.
Yes, I'm sorry, the R word. You think it's something violent. Mr. Miller and Alexis Wright were teenagers when they met. He was about a year and a half older than she was. They had the first child. They even lived in the same house together, had the first child, and then had the second one. They said that her mother consented to that. So then by the time she had the second one, she was 18. They were engaged. He even proposed to her on Facebook. And if you can find those posts that she's made about vacays in 2015, that
Child. Woo, sigh. Y'all take a breath. What did Mama just say, real quick? What she say? I don't know if I want to call her Mama or Grandma, but what she say? I'm gonna say Grandma because my mother is a grandmother, so we call her. That's what we call her. The kids call her, whatever they call their grandmother, and that's what I call her. Child, what Grandma just say?
mother consented to that. So had
Hold on.
word violent. Mr. Miller and Alexis Wright were teenagers when they met. He was about a year and a half older than she was. They had the first child. They even lived in the same house together, had the first child, and then had the second one. They said her mother consented to that. So, but then by the time she had the second one, she was 18. They were engaged.
What? So hold on. Hold on. So, oh, I was right, y'all. My third eye is the third eye. It's the third eye. And what's crazy is because I don't listen to my third eye when it really counts. I don't. I just listen to it when I'm calm and it's for, a hobby purposes and I'm relaxed. Then my third eye really speaks to me loud and I listen. But when it's telling me something for real, I don't listen. So what do y'all call that? But remember, I told y'all, I'm like, no, something ain't right. 15 years old, R word, didn't happen. And then two kids by the same person, no, that didn't happen. 15-year-olds are very promiscuous. Girl, bye. They be twerking more than me. Girl, bye. Okay, grandma, you telling us the truth. I love it and I like it.
He even proposed to her on Facebook. And if you can find those posts that she's made about vacays in 2015, that she complained that he didn't want to come get his kids. And I mean, you don't talk like this about a person that raped you. You want your kids to be with the person that raped you. She had been telling my son that and told my son that he also raped his children.
Oh my gosh.
Also are his children.
Oh my gosh. Child. Woo. Woo, sigh. Child, it's gonna be something to edit this video, y'all. Grandma didn't say the R word so many times. Oh my gosh.
While he was watching the P word. And that's one of the videos that some of the public got a hold up, but I put that.
I was about to say, what's the P word? But I know.
There, I try to make awareness because police were not listening to us when we were telling them that she's been threatening his life. His attorney, we gave this information and all her screenshots to Alex's attorney, and we asked her to approach the prosecutor. She failed to do that. And when Alex was killed, she said, well, they seem to have something. She didn't show me and prove to me that she gave that to him. But she said, they seem to have words I don't use, basically an E word in their pants toward my son, that they wanted him in some way. So they didn't act on the threat, the second one, on his life. And we ever since then, I've just been trying to get them to look at not just all the evidence, but I opened all of our situation, everything that we have in terms of documents. Alex kept documenting things. After the first time she had him poisoned, she said there'll be no coming back. Then she went online. Alex gave me his passwords in case they killed him. The location of his phone, it wasn't in his car. It was in the house of the woman she said called her. And
yeah, child. I'm so dang on confused about what all grandma is saying right now, y'all. Whoa, lordy, help me please. Mm-mm-mm. My sis is watching live. I'm behind because I'm doing the reaction. So she said, I'm confused now. I didn't know what she was talking about exactly. Now I know because I'm getting confused. Also, I'm getting lost.
The police believe that the 8 phones were his. They're not. He didn't have one. The girl destroyed every phone. The only phone that he would have would be mine. Then he borrowed a blue phone from a friend. The phone that he ordered didn't arrive until after he died from Amazon. I have that. And the computer he had, she still has it. He took it with him to study. He had deadlines for Sunday. He died on Sunday. And he didn't die when we made it to the hospital, as she said. I was called at 3 a.m. Alex and I had just moved in an apartment that I got for him and the baby. And I was telling Alex, as you're going to school, he just bought a Cadillac because she destroyed his car. And that's documented on Facebook as well. And I have the copies on his profile. I have the copies of those things. I also have his profile. But where am I here? There's so many things. And so I'm trying to stay focused.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We had just gotten a place and the baby was with us the whole time from November to March. She had abandoned him from November to March and abandoned the boys to their father. And remember, my son went and picked them up at Robin's house. He had to leave his job and go pick up the kids. And my grandson had cuts on his butt. And my son, before he even made it home, he sent us a picture of the cuts on my grandson's butt. Okay. So I had the baby every day up until March something. And on March the 9th, Alex gave him a bath. Alex cared for his son. He knows how to care
Okay,
for
wait,
kids.
I gotta stop you right there. Okay, so when you said he died, you said, wait, you got to be clear with the, wait, you talking about the first incident or the final incident?
Yeah, this is after the first incident, actually.
When he
After
totally passed, he came back to you?
no, I'm telling you about when she first abandoned the children. We just had gotten a place, and she abandoned the kids. She had him killed. Let him know that she had him killed. The only guy that was in the room is the only person to put fentanyl, and it's a what do you call it? It's a synthetic fentanyl. That's what the other one wasn't cocaine. It was fentanyl. And when they finished giving Alex the
Oh, so it was synthetic stuff, meaning honestly, it could have been anything. Oh my gosh. I'm very confused, but then when she started talking about getting real, I'm paying attention now.
the thing for the kidney, they did a dialysis. It was the fentanyl, and the acetafentanyl was still in his body, and it was still enough to kill an entire army. They switched up the story on that one, by the way. Reese said that he had it too, and his mother caused him to throw up. And I'll tell you why they did that, because I've got a screenshot and I shared it online, and then they changed their story. And so they framed this woman, Shady Flowers. They didn't even show up at the hearings, but they made it look like they were both poisoned. And somehow Reese is still alive. Reese would have died or been a vegetable like my son had that been there. They took the time to put it in my son's hand and take a picture. The girl, Sasha, came with a picture and showed my daughter that. She was very calm. The 3 times he was poisoned.
I kept wondering because remember, Amora Lex keeps referring to a picture of the cocaine in his hand, in between his, did she say his index finger and his middle finger? And this is every interview she keeps referring to a picture, a picture. Remember, she said Alex's cousin's mother, because remember, she said that Alex and his cousin or his nephew was in the car chilling, doing whatever. And the mother is the one that found Alex and took the picture, is what Amora said at first. I'm so confused.
He was always with his cousins. They had threatened his life in 2014, handed him a pill, told him to try it out, and he died. But they didn't think he would live, but he lived, and told that they handed him that pill. They had threatened his life. Then he was around him again, January 4th, 2020. And the girl was threatening him.
When you say, okay, you gotta, okay, so when you say like he died and then they were around him again, that's confusing to the audience. So you kind of have to be more
he literally died. Okay, he literally died, and he was brought back to life by CPR. Okay. And when they did it January 4th, he was telling the doctor, I was on the phone, my son was there as well. He was telling the doctor, I don't do drugs. Somebody poisoned me. It was in the drinks. The girl, her name is, Montina Middleton. They put it in her drink as well. The hotel guy actually bragged about fondling her with the remote control while she was dead beside my son. I had my grandbaby with me, and I started praying. And my other daughter, my youngest one, she.
Okay. Wow. I'm so freaking confused, but I'm keeping up a little bit. Okay, so she's talking about the OD. I think she's talking about, I didn't took my glasses off and everything, y'all. I'm trying to figure this out. I think she's talking about remember when Amora said he OD'd when I was in Florida, and they blame me for that too. I think this is what the grandma is describing right now. She's his mother. She's the grandmother to Amora Lex's son. But I think she's describing the first OD. And she's saying that it happened in a hotel or something, and it was a girl with him, and she got OD'd also.
Messages. And he was telling people he was trying to protect himself. And when they did it this time, they set him up, and the kids told just how it was done.
Okay,
And I was
I'm gonna pause you right
discussing that.
there. Okay, so she made an attempt on his life where he flatlined and then he was revived. And then he was going around telling people that she tried to kill him and stuff like
Yes,
that.
yes,
So
and she was admitting.
why did he continue to like deal with her?
Okay, so I'm not sure what the time frame is. I want to say 3 months, but I don't know why I'm getting 3 months. But the first time he OD'd, remember she said she was in Florida. The grandmother just confirmed that she was running through Miami and that she had something with C.P.S. already. Excuse me. So, Cardi just busted in here and made me forget what the heck I was thinking. God dang it, y'all. I don't even, child. I don't even know. God dang.
At all if she was making
He was
attempts on his
protecting
life.
his baby, and he would care for the older two too. He would wake up. This is just meeting her, but he would leave our home and go take them to school so CPS wouldn't take them. That's what he would do. She had him convinced that the father of the children
Our word,
and he's
our
trying to
word
get
is
trying to get CPS to take his kids from her because she's not getting them to school and all. And so he would wake up and he would do her due diligence. He had broken down her door several times to go get the kids. The last time, March 8th, when she said she'll.
I wonder. Oh my gosh, because I don't even know, y'all. I just don't even know. This is a lot. I gotta woosah myself a lot. This is freaking crazy.
Piss on his father's grave, and said something crazy about my sister Janetta who died, and she never met her, and that she's going to piss on his grave. He was standing. He said, "I'm here." It was March the 8th, not the time she told you in that video. It was March the 8th. He said, "I'm here." He was paying $300 for her door. He shouldn't have to pay for the door. He broke it down and got the kids out. And Jonathan, you're here. Jonathan
I
helped.
don't see Jonathan back. Oh yeah, he is. Jonathan. Okay,
He
so
he went to go get my grandson, and my son stayed in the place with the other two kids.
okay,
She
hold on.
threatened his.
1 second, Faith. Okay,
Okay,
so we have Jonathan here as well, which is Faith's son, her other son. And so he wants to chime in because the audience is getting a little lost, Faith. So we
I'm
gotta kind
sorry.
of slow down a little bit because
It's kind of emotional for me, and I'm trying
yeah.
to focus that way. I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead,
Very
Jonathan.
emotional.
Yeah, so
Yeah. My gosh. This is so much. Like I'm holding my breath and listening, and I'm just like, I'm lost and confused, and I'm trying to keep up, but I'm lost and confused. So, Miss Faith, y'all see, I keep changing her name, child. Reverend Faith says that her son wasn't on drugs at all and that he was drugged each time. He was drugged the first time, and then Amora didn't succeed, and she texted him and said that I'm gonna get you, and then I guess she succeeded. And now we have Jonathan who's called in, and Jonathan on the line. That Jonathan is Miss Faith, Reverend Faith's son, which is Alex's brother. So I'm gonna click play.
I want to clarify because I'm getting a little riled up too. But what I want the audience to know, please be respectful. You know, she lost my brother. He was the youngest of all of our siblings, so she's still grieving. So many moving parts. So I know it's hard to follow, but she wants to get this out here. First of all, he was not a drug addict. He was on probation, and he had to have continuous testing. Before he died, he dropped clean. So that has to be clarified. If he took anything so much as marijuana, he would have been in prison. So let's just get that straight.
I'm glad that was clarified and said straight because she's been telling us that he's a drug addict for a couple days now. Like, we knew for a fact Alex was a drug addict. Lord, Lord, we don't know what to believe. And I said, Lord, okay? We have no clue what to believe. This is out of pocket. I don't know. What do we believe, y'all? Oh my gosh. We gotta believe them. We oh man, this is a lie.
poisoned him through alcohol. He couldn't do any weed, so instead he did alcohol. That's how they poisoned him. So whenever you hear the first time he died, that was the first poison attempt. After that attempt,
In
when Alex
2020.
told Amora Lex, whatever she calls herself, what happened, she said something along the lines of, next time I'm going to make sure that you die and there's no coming back. She literally said this in a text message. And then after that,
And remember, she keeps telling us that. Remember, she keeps saying, I told him it wasn't gonna be a next time. I told him it wasn't gonna be a next time. And look, what happened? It wasn't a next time. So what like I don't know, y'all. The brother and the mother are saying that Amora Lex text Alex and said, next time you gonna DIE for real. Which she told us that she texted Alex and said it's not gonna be a next time. So was she purposely doing this? I don't have a clue. I I don't have a clue, child. Child.
she said, "Hey, you're dead." Like she literally she was erratic, talking about how she wanted to kill him. So she implicated herself right there. Like this was a pointed attack. Now, to answer the other question, why was he still around her after this? Good question. He was trying to be cordial for the kids because you got to understand how some mothers are. They weaponize their kids against the fathers. That's what he was dealing with. So he literally pretty much had to, he felt, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm his brother. And I took him to her house a lot of times. A lot of times we would have arguments. I'm like, Alex, man, leave this girl alone. These are not the other kids he was taking care of. I'm like, bro, these are not even your kids. You care about these kids more than she does. But he had a good heart. And he wanted to be able to stay in his kid's life. So in his mind, he's like, listen, hey, if I gotta be a bitch to make sure I'm around, excuse my language, to make sure I'm around my kids, I'm gonna do what I have to do. But he literally did that so that he could be present. So that's what that was all about. Like it was toxic, and it was toxic on her end. But by the time they already had the kid together, he pretty much had to do what he had to do. But he was a very present father. We got numerous pictures, videos. Up until the time he died,
With
the
many
baby
kids,
lived with
them
my
kids.
brother and my mom. So he was 100% in the life. Even before he died, and I just want to say this, everything that y'all see on video, this is really her. She would literally leave Alex, baby Alex, with his father, like, yo, I'm going to Miami. I need to make this money. She would literally drop him off, like, yo, I'm about to go make this money and leave. Abandon him to go strip. And she wasn't even making that much money. Y'all seen her. She's
And as you see, that's what she's did now. She dropped her kids off at C.P.S. and she said it was to make money. But her family or some people stepped up and said, okay, we'll take them instead of sending them with strangers. So now they're with the people. But understand, you guys, don't commend her or anything. May the 4th at 11 p.m., she dropped her kids off at CPS and she left. She went back the next day with a plan. She didn't have a plan when she dropped them kids off.
not even bad, but she has these delusions of grandeur. But I know I'm going on a tangent, but I just need to clear up the facts. He was not an addict. And the only reason he even stayed around her is so that she wouldn't weaponize the kid against him. Like he wanted to be in his kid's life. That's all that was about. He was
Alex
trying to
had
be a father.
custody. He had custody,
Okay.
and in mediation, he did mediation instead, and she did some horrible things in there, like your mother can't see the baby, and just some crazy stuff that's meant to be emotionally abusive to my son. She was that way. So he shared. He didn't have to share. He could have kept custody after she attacked him while he tried to protect the baby. And I just wanted the one incident where she left her children at night hungry at home. Alex went back and got them and took them to the dollhouse where she was working, and they were hungry. and he called me and my daughter about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. One of the bouncers attacked him, trying to get him to leave, but he was trying to wait for the mother to come out and be with her children. That's how severe she would abandon them. And now she's doing this. She must have looked up what Chris Brown's girlfriend did about, leaving her kids or whatever.
Did she just say that he would bring the kids to the strip club and just basically wait for her to get off? Child, child.
So she could do it this time. In her earlier video where she has a brown blouse on, she talks about going to Miami and how much she hates Kendall Eaton, which is the father of the 2 twins that she has. Because
okay, I don't want to dox anybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
No names. Okay,
like
got you.
The father of her kids, but I don't want to say I don't want to say names or dox anyone. That's not.
Got you. Thank you so much.
On the video.
So not even the last name, just the father of the 2 twins. She said how much she hated him. She would give him money to flip drugs.
At the point where she just doxed the father's name of the twins.
Others.
So gonna say I'm gonna edit out the father's name, but it's so many people watching this live on Nique's channel. It ain't even no point. Oh, Reverend Faith, I love it. She's so genuine and just authentic. Child, is no filter. There's no filter, none at all.